Good morning, television family. We are back. Happy Monday, 15th day of January 2024. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. No school, no government offices, no mail, no banking, and no heat. It is 0 degrees outside. It's like no degrees. You take all the degrees in the world and you get rid of them, and that's what we have right now. We have already set a record low temperature for this date. The old record was 3 degrees set back in 1997. Since we're at 0, we have set a new record low for this date. We set a new record low for Sunday, a record low on Saturday, a record low on Friday, a gradual warming trend, and I mean gradual. Yesterday we topped off at 7 on Sunday afternoon. We'll be twice that today, 14 degrees, and more snow coming Tuesday night into Wednesday. Winter is in our grasp, no question about it. Your bone-chilling forecast is coming up, but it is going to get a little bit warmer and a little bit warmer. And I'm very glad that it is a holiday today because most of the roads are pretty darn slick. They had a lot more accidents over the weekend. Most of the roads, of course, are covered with a sheet of ice, even the main arterials. Not easy to get around, but I'm glad that you started your day with us. We have that all-important weather forecast, lots of interesting weather stats from over the weekend. It was cold. News, yes, lots of sports. Good weekend for the Kraken, not so much for the Wild. Highlights of both of those. Big victory for the Cougar men on Saturday afternoon. All the prep action as well, and a wrap-up of the NFL playoffs. Of course, they had to move a game. They were supposed to play, Buffalo and Pittsburgh were supposed to play yesterday morning. They moved that to this afternoon today because if you think the weather is bad here, you should see what it's like in Buffalo. And in the back half of the program, just to put you in the mood to play a little golf, Allie Jordan from Elevated Marketing paid me a visit. Gary McCord, the legendary golf announcer, commentator, comedian, if you will. He's going to be here in the big city. He's going to come to the Wenatchee Convention Center on February 24th. It's a benefit for the First Tee. Gary McCord, you'll have a chance to meet him, putt off with him. Allie Jordan will talk about that in the back half of the program. 2 minutes after the hour, let's begin our tour, and it just looks cold. If cold can be visual, well, it looks something like that. We are covered in snow. Snow hasn't gone anywhere. It is no degrees, 0 degrees in the Wenatchee Valley from our Wenatchee Heights camera. The days are, by the way, gradually getting longer by about 90 seconds a day, but you wouldn't know by the temperatures. From our Wenatchee Heights camera, let's check out downtown Wenatchee from the roof of the Cascadian. And that, as you can see, the Wenatchee Avenue is covered in kind of gray, dirty, icy snow. It's pretty slick. It's unseasonably. The snow squall couldn't have come at a worse time. The plows couldn't keep up with it. And then you have all the traffic that just compacted all the snow and ice on the roadway. It is made for some slick driving conditions. Up to Leavenworth from our Tumwater Canyon camera. Good morning to Leavenworth. Sun's beginning to creep up over the horizon there. It's going to be sunny today, just like it was yesterday. In fact, if you got out in the sun, it didn't feel too bad. Unless, of course, you were exposed well, it was cold. Who's kidding who? Up to Lake Chelan from the Lower Butte camera. That's a beautiful view up there of Lake Chelan. Gorgeous up there. They have snow. Everybody has snow. And, of course, we've had the snow and then the bitterly cold temperatures. It has not gone anywhere, and guess what? Not only is it not going to go anywhere, it's going to come back. We have a pretty good chance of snow Tuesday night into Wednesday, and most of the snow is going to be relegated to the south of us and to the east of us. It's going to come from the southwest. It's going to skim by us, but it's going to give us some snow. The mountain passes are going to get quite a bit of snow. The Spokane area and the Idaho area is going to get a lot more snow than us, but we're still going to get some snow, perhaps an inch on Tuesday night, and another 2 to 3 inches possible on Wednesday. We're going to get at least an inch, maybe 2, possibly 3 inches of snow in the Wenatchee Valley. And on top of that, coming up this weekend, the chance of freezing precipitation. Yeah, not what we want to see. Not what we want to see. I mean, we're going to have more snow. It's not going to melt very much, and then you put freezing precipitation on top of that. For the record, Friday's low, -7. That was our low temperature on Friday. That broke the old record of -2. Saturday's high, you ready for this? Saturday's high temperature was -1. which tied the old record for the low temperature. Our low temperature Saturday morning was -10. And then Sunday, our low temperature was -4, breaking the old record of 1 degree. And as I mentioned already, we've already set the record low temperature for this date. So 4 consecutive days of record low temperatures, and we are still in the grips of old man winter. For today, we're looking at sunshine, cold temperatures, dry, about 14. Again, that's about twice what we had yesterday. We topped off at 7. Clouds begin to roll in tonight. Overnight low of 7 degrees. Tuesday, late in the afternoon, right around sunset, we are going to see some snow, possibly about an inch. Late Tuesday afternoon and a high of 17. Tuesday night, we're going to see some snow, at least an inch, maybe 2, maybe even 3. So when this is all said and done by Wednesday morning, or Wednesday afternoon anyway, we can have up to 4 inches of snow, but at least a couple of inches of snow, because it's going to snow right on into Wednesday. The Wednesday morning commute could be quite miserable, and a high of 24. So, you know, again, a little bit warmer. Thursday, a chance of snow, a chance of freezing rain. Snow level goes up. We'll be warming up, high of about 30. Then a rain-snow mix possible Thursday night, 28 for the overnight low. Friday, we finally get above the freezing mark, but again, we have a chance of freezing rain and snow and just plain rain. We could get anything. It's going to be a real smorgasbord on Friday with a high of 35. Finally, 38 on Saturday and 40 on Sunday once we get there. So again, a gradual warming trend, but we are in for some snow overnight, tomorrow night, into Wednesday until it tapers off about noon on Wednesday, and then a gradual warming trend. So if you don't like the cold, be patient. It'll be gone by the end of the week, but we got to get there first. That's the forecast. It's 7 minutes after the hour. When we come back, we'll have the news. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
This is Grace, and this is her world record-holding guinea pig with an iconic name, Abby.
She currently holds the Guinness World Record for the highest bar jump by a guinea pig. I ride horses and I jump, so I kind of thought it'd be interesting to teach my guinea pig to jump like my horse does.
One day she came out of her room and looked at us, and I said, "Did you get it?" And she said, "Yeah, we got it."
After we won our award, we came to Abby's to celebrate.
Clear skies, 0 degrees, as in 0 degrees, but it's going to feel downright balmy today. Lots of sunshine, high of 14. Snow Tuesday night into Wednesday, up to 4 inches, perhaps, probably more around the line of 2 inches or so. A gradual warming trend. We'll be in the lower 40s by the weekend, but we got to get there. It's 10 minutes after the hour. A 2-car head-on accident Saturday afternoon on Highway 2 just east of Leavenworth sent 5 people to the hospital. According to the Washington State Patrol, an unnamed 16-year-old juvenile was driving a 2019 Volkswagen Golf. He was driving it eastbound near milepost 102 when the car lost control, crossed the center line, and struck a 2013 Jeep Wrangler that was being driven by 39-year-old Aaron Jacobs of Kashmir. The driver of the Golf and 4 passengers in the Golf, all from Damascus, Oregon, were taken to Confluence Health with serious injuries. The collision is being investigated as a vehicular assault. A one-car accident in remote Okanagan County on Thursday night claimed the lives of 2 residents of Danville, Washington. The accident happened on State Route 20, about 6 miles west of Wakanda. The Washington State Patrol reports that at 6:48 on Thursday night, a 2003 Ford F-150 being driven by 77-year-old Terry L. Thompson attempted to pass in a no-passing zone on a corner when he lost control, left the roadway, and rolled down an embankment with the pickup coming to rest on its top in a creek. Thompson was declared dead at the scene, as was his 57-year-old passenger, Raymond S. Thompson. State Patrol says the accident is still under investigation. Police pursuits will once again be a topic discussed by the Washington State Legislature during the current session. On Thursday, Secretary of State Steve Hobbs notified lawmakers that he certified Initiative 2113 that would restore a police officer's ability to engage in a vehicle pursuit, quote, when there is reasonable suspicion a person has violated the law, end quote. Police pursuit laws were first altered in 2021, and officers can only initiate a pursuit if they suspect a person of certain crimes, like a violent offense or driving under the influence. Going forward, the legislature may approve the initiative, or they can send it to the voters to decide in the next general election. If lawmakers take no action by the end of the session, it goes to the voters. Chelan City Council will include another familiar face, Bob Getty, who served multiple terms as either the mayor or a council member in the city of Chelan for the last 3 decades. He was reappointed to the city council on Thursday night. He takes the seat left vacated by the newly elected mayor, Aaron McCardle. Aaron McCardle defeated Bob Getty in the mayor's race a couple of months ago. The council appointed the former mayor out of 8 applicants for the position. The term expires in 2 years. Getty says he will not seek to serve longer. Senator Brad Hawkins held an event Friday here in town. He called it the Legislative Session Preview event. It was held at the Chelan County PUD headquarters. Hawkins' presentation included a preview into the new legislative session, information about his team, and a backstory of his journey to becoming a senator. Hawkins took questions from the audience involving the Confluence Parkway project and affordable housing, and even gave attendees an inside peek to the Capitol building through various photographs. Hawkins said he was pleased with the turnout, given how lousy their weather was on Friday afternoon. Joel Kuntz is one of 2 state representatives from the 7th District. The 7th District now includes most of Douglas County. It didn't before. Like his fellow legislators in the 7th District, he lives in rural Washington. Joel Kuntz raises quarter horses in northeast Okanagan County. Our very own Jefferson Robbins asked him how his career as a rancher influenced his 20 years in the state legislature.
You're involved in forest management, land management practices, ranching. That involves thinking about all kinds of elements, like all the way from soil to feed to growth to sunlight. So how does that feed into what you're able to do in the House?
Well, I think it's pretty important. If you look at the makeup of the legislature, there's not a lot of people with that kind of background over here. It's overwhelmingly urban, which, they've got their own set of problems that, they're real, and I try and understand and help them. But a lot of my job has been educating urban legislators. I think maybe the most effective thing has been inviting them over to the ranch, spend a couple days, find out that we're not trying to destroy the environment, we're actually doing the opposite. And it's gotten some understanding. I've got good relationships on both sides of the aisle. My strategy is we don't have to agree on everything. We don't even have to agree on very much, but if we have a few things that we agree on, which is paid off, especially a lot of what I've worked on the last 8 or 10 years has been fire related and forest health, and got a lot of background in that. We burned more ground in those areas, up the east side of the Cascades than anywhere in the country. And have worked with, both sides of the aisle. Larry Springer from Kirkland, of all places, has been a huge help. We passed a big bill here about 3 years ago, put his name on it because that seems to be more successful with Democrats in Olympia. But we got a $250 million bill through that really helped on thinning in the forest health, helped a lot of the fire side. We've got a lot quicker responses now, and we were able to partner with more of the volunteer districts, which are kind of at the core of a lot of the district. They're the first guys out there usually, and they're showing up with, no budget and, maybe trucks from the 70s. And we've been able to upgrade quite a bit of that. And that was just a process of working with urban legislators mostly, and Commissioner of Public Lands, Hillary Franz, has been great. It's been gratifying to see some progress on an issue that was long overdue.
And that is the news. At 16 minutes after the hour, we will have the news for you tonight. At 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, the NCW Life Channel Evening News with Grant Olson in the anchor chair. Again, 5, 6, and 10. If that doesn't work into your schedule, you can watch it online. It'll be up and running, posted, if you will, on our homepage, ncwlife.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our app. If you haven't downloaded our app yet, that's how you go about doing it. Pop your smartphone open and grab the old QR code, and you got our app. And if there's something out there that warrants our attention, you send us an email. Best way to go about doing that, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Mondays are usually busy in the world of sports, and today is no exception. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
No.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you at med-project.org.
Come see how very different you will feel in your Bullfrog Spa.
"19 minutes after the hour in sports, Jerry McCann had a couple of goals and an assist. Joey Decord made 30 saves, and the Seattle Kraken extends their winning streak to 9 games. They rallied and beat the Columbus Blue Jackets 7-4 on Saturday night. The Kraken's win streak is the longest in their 3-year history. Seattle is also 11-0-2 in their last 13 games.
Checked by Gaudreau, and also getting on top of him was Chinikov, and Adam Larson has time for the Kraken. He'll move it out. A long stretch pass. Eberle with a shot. He scores! Jordan Eberle with the answer the Kraken need. 8:23 left in the first period. Knocked out of midair by McCann. Brought in by Bjorkstrand. McCann zips it. Dumoulin will pinch off a glass support. Bjorkstrand out in front. They score! It's Jared McCann in the sweet spot. 4:29 left in period 1. Once again, the Kraken tie it. 9:30 pregame, AM. We'll be there. AM, folks. Now, with a shot, they score! That's done from downtown. It pinballs out in front. 10:15 left to go in the second period. For the third time tonight, it'll be Ty Cartier, and the Kraken have tied it. He'll send it back for Schultz. McCann, Bjorkstrand, scores! That's hockey, baby! Power play goal for the Maestro. 6:18 left in the second period. 4-3, Seattle. Justin Schultz, after picking up his stick, will send it back, and now Dumoulin. A quick up, Jaden Schwartz. Pops it out beautifully. McCann on the gallop with a shot. He scores! Hey, hey! What do you say? Jared McCann, 5-3, Seattle. Hey, chalky for the puck, Johnson. Good stick play by Wenberg to rip the puck right out of his hands. Here comes Dumoulin. Dumoulin tracks it, shoots it. He scores! Brian Dumoulin. After a brilliant defensive play by Alex Wenberg once again. 11:32 left to go in this third period. 6-3 Kraken. Center with a $1:15 on the clock. Here at Nationwide Arena, Bjorkstrand. Yanni Gord, yawning cage, just wide off a stick. Tolvanen, bullseye! Eli Tolvanen finds the cash.
Love those empty net goals. Seattle continues their season-long 6-game road trip this morning. It is a holiday after all. They are in Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins. Have coffee with the Kraken this morning. They'll drop the puck this morning at 10 a.m. on Root Sports. Men's college basketball, the Cougar men won their first home game against a top 10 team in 4 years. They upset number 8 Arizona 73-30 on Saturday afternoon. Miles Rice sealing the deal with 2 free throws in the final seconds.
Miles Rice to the elbow, jump shot. Miles Rice with 16. Back to a 4-point Cougar lead. Timeout. No timeouts. Rice hits them both. And now Arizona will go.
They just can't foul.
Johnson back to Caleb Love. Will Love shoot it? Step back 3 on the way. Off the right of the rim. Rebounded by Jones. Rice with the ball to heave to the other end, and Washington State holds on to defeat number 8 Arizona. 73.
That was cool. Also yesterday, UCLA went on a big run. They went on a 21-4 run, as a matter of fact. In the first half, they pulled away from the Husky men. They win in LA, the final 73-61. And in women's college basketball last night, in their last ever game as conference rivals, Washington State knocks off Washington 72-59 at Alaska Airlines Arena. All right, to the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard we go. We'll go chronologically. So in Prep girls basketball on Friday, Eastmont defeated West Valley by 10. Sunnyside all over Wenatchee. Davis defeated Eisenhower. Cashmere over Cascade. That is a correct score, 56-5. And Chelan girls beat Omak 31-28. Elsewhere, Prep girls basketball on Friday, Brewster knocked out Bridgeport. Again, that score is correct. Lake Roosevelt beat Oroville, and Aniat over Wilson Creek. Prep boys basketball on Friday. West Valley got by Eastmont 67-48. Sunnyside defeated Wenatchee 66-36. It was Davis over Eisenhower 84-57. Cashmere knocked off Cascade in a big way, and Chelan got by Omak. Other scores in prep basketball on Friday, it was Brewster over Bridgeport, Lake Roosevelt over Oroville, and Wilson Creek defeated Aniat by 10. To Saturday we go. In prep girls basketball, Eastmont sweeps Moses Lake. The final was 40-38. We'll get more on the boys game in just a little bit. Eisenhower knocked off Wenatchee 45-27. Wapato defeated Cashmere in non-league game. In fact, the Caribou Trail League did not have league games on Saturday. That's why you see Tenaska beating Chelan, Royal beating Quincy, and Brewster over Omak. Other scores of prep girls basketball on Saturday, it was Okanagan in a big way over Liberty Bell, and Liberty out of Spangle defeated Lake Roosevelt. Prep boys basketball on Saturday, Eastmont, as I mentioned before, completes the sweep of the Mavericks 76-53. Eisenhower got by Wenatchee. It was Wapato over Cashmere, non-league game. Chelan boys defeated Tenasket, Royal over Quincy, and Brewster defeated Omak again in non-league game. And so also, to wrap it up, the small schools, prep boys basketball on Saturday, it was Liberty Bell over Okanagan, and Lake Roosevelt got by Liberty out of Spangle. Wild hockey. The Everett Silvertips scoring 6 consecutive goals in the last 2 periods, and they pull away from Wenatchee 7-3 yesterday afternoon to the Town Toyota Center. Austin Drade had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
By Hemmerling, takes a long carom off the hash mark wall. Wood gets control of it, sends it ahead. Over the line on time is Isogai, right point, sends it back door. Sword with a wrist shot, bounces it in off the top of the bar, and he scores! A crossbar down! And Graham Sword has the Wenatchee Wild in front first. It's 1-0. Bar down, baby. Graham Sword. Another one for the Wild. His 10th of the season. Pushed into the bench wall by Jamison. Looking at ahead, Courtney trying to beat the stick lift of Pankey. He does. He scores. We're tied. At back door all the way through. Looking for Mietinen. Wild have it with Wood, down to 8 seconds left in the period. Finds Isogai. Isogai looking for a one-timer in front. They score! It's Graham Sword again, and it's 2-1 Wenatchee with just 3.3 left in the period. Don't blink, you'll miss it. The end wall for Ward, sends it ahead, Bukarts, outthrown, comes back to it though, leaves it off for McCaggerty, backhand chance, he scores! Maddox McCaggerty with the change up to the top of the net, and a 3-1 Wenatchee Wild lead. A backhand flip to the top of the net. On ahead for Brown. Brown dumps it off the near corner wall, wraps it through to Hemmerling. Backdoor pass. Raymond sends it on and scores a one-timer. Cuts the lead back to 1, a power play goal. With it up top is Berg. Head fake, sends it right point for Heslop. Through the circle, looking to drag it around. Save, rebound, score, tie game. In the head right wing, 2-on-2 entry for Everett. Secondary break, wrist shot, it's in the top of the net, and they score. The shot and the goal will go to Carter Bear. The ice, corner to corner pass. Cannot get it out of the zone. Heslop still working for it. Drop back right point for Zakuma, sends it on, and they score. Mietinen right there. Our boards out over the blue line on the second try. Left wing, Raymond. Leaves it off for Mietinen, give and go, and a tip in. It's 6-3. Seen a lot of him tonight for the Silvertips. Berg drives it in. Berg looking to stuff it in on the near post, sends it back door.
And the Wenatchee Wild continue their 7-game homestand tomorrow. Yeah, they have a Tuesday game. Kamloops will be in town. The Blazers, it's construction night. The puck drops at 6 o'clock. And finally, they call it Super Wild Card Weekend. A couple of games are pretty good anyway. Houston rolled over Cleveland on Saturday in Kansas City, in frigid Kansas City, took care of Miami. How about the Packers? The Packers have won more playoff games at AT&T Stadium than the Cowboys have. They beat them 48-32, and the Lions beat the Rams in overtime, the final 24-23. Scheduled today, of course, Buffalo and Pittsburgh was supposed to play yesterday morning. They will play this afternoon at 1:30 in Buffalo, and then you got Philadelphia and Tampa Bay tonight on the American Broadcasting Company. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Oh, do we have more slides, Uriah? Go ahead, throw them up there. Okay, there's your divisional round, and there's your schedule. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate that, Uriah. As the football playoffs continue leading up to Super Bowl, whatever the heck it is, in Las Vegas, whenever the heck that is. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 29 minutes after the hour. It is, of course, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. In Alabama and Mississippi, they just can't let go. They still celebrate today as Robert E. Lee's birthday. It's National Pothole Day. It's Elementary School Teacher Day, which is ironic because they don't have to work today. It's Wikipedia Day. It's National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. It's National Hat Day, National Bagel Day. But today we celebrate Blue Monday, which is a great song by Fats Domino, among other people. But somebody about 10 years ago, 20 years ago now, I think, did this bizarre mathematical formula and say, okay, it's the dead of winter, there's not a lot of sunlight, you got all your credit card bills from Christmas coming up, you've abandoned your New Year's resolution. So somebody went out and decided that the second Monday in January is the most depressing day of the year, and so they call it Blue Monday. It's actually the third Monday in January, because January 1st was a Monday. But today is supposed to be Blue Monday. I'm fine. I'm not a big fan of this cold weather, but you just plow through it. These are the kind of days where it makes you glad we have 4 seasons, because summer is right around the corner. So if don't have your A game, it's called Blue Monday. Do what I do. Listen to music. Works every time. It's 31 minutes after the hour. Today in history, happy birthday to Coca-Cola. Back then, it was called the Pemberton Medicine Company. It was incorporated on this date, January 15th, 1889. That makes Coca-Cola 135 years old. John Pemberton was a colonel in the Confederate Army from Georgia. Needless to say, he fought for the Confederacy, was wounded in battle, and when I was recovering from his significant wounds, he became addicted to morphine, and he said, I need to come up with something better than morphine to get me through the pain, so he came up with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is one of the 30 companies that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. If you invested in the Coca-Cola Company, if you bought 1 share of stock in 1919, 1 share of the Coca-Cola Company in 1919, a share cost you $40. If you bought that 1 share and didn't do anything with it, just let the dividends roll over and over again, never just reinvested the dividends, that 1 share of stock from 1919 would be worth $10 million today, and that's one stock. One stock. It's pretty impressive. And back in 2006, 2 Coca-Cola employees were caught trying to sell the Coca-Cola secret recipe to Pepsi Cola. Yeah. They wanted payoffs, escalating payoffs, so 2 employees at Coca-Cola who apparently knew Coca-Cola's deep, dark secret on their exact recipe, try to sell that to Pepsi, but as it turns out, the folks in Pepsi told Coca-Cola about it, said, this isn't fair, and so Coca-Cola and Pepsi got together, and they brought in the FBI, and the FBI acted as the Pepsi-Cola employees to buy the illicit recipe. By the way, the 2 corporate spies were arrested, and they served 5 years and 8 years in prison. Happy birthday, basketball. On this date, 132 years ago, January 15th, 1882, James Naismith publishes the original rules of basketball. There were 12 of them. 10 of them are still in effect. And on this date in 2010, 14 years ago, the rules of basketball, that original document, was sold at auction for $4,333,000, which is the most amount of money ever paid for a piece of sports memorabilia. The handwritten rules of basketball by Dr. James Naismith was first published on this date in 1892. It was very, very cold for a very long period of time in Boston in early 1919. It was very cold, well below freezing, for the first couple of weeks in January. And then on January 15th, 1919, in Boston, down by the waterfront, it got very, very warm very, very quickly. The temperature rose like 40 degrees in the course of a day. There was a tank that held 2.5 million gallons of molasses. The temperature rose quickly. The molasses expanded. The big tank couldn't handle it, and it burst open. And molasses flooded the streets of downtown Boston. 21 people were killed. 21 people were killed in the Great Molasses Flood of Boston. Happened on this date in 1919. A wave of molasses sweeps through Boston and kills 21 people. A hell of a way to go. Happy birthday to the Pentagon. 4 walls and a spare. It was opened on this date 81 years ago, January 15th, 1943. 6.6 million square feet. How many miles of corridors, of hallways in the Pentagon? 17 miles. Steel, of course, was in short supply during World War II, so the Pentagon is built almost entirely of concrete. And because you need steel to make elevators, it's only 5 stories tall, because they didn't put any elevators in it at all until they renovated the Pentagon in 1998. That's right, there was no elevators in the Pentagon. They had ramps so you can get what you needed to go, and stairs, but no elevators. How many people work in the Pentagon on any given day? About 27,000 people. And they used to have guided tours of the Pentagon before the September 11th terrorist attacks. They don't do that anymore. The Pentagon was forever the largest office building in the world. It is now the second largest office building in the world, but is still pretty damn big. Happy birthday to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl I. Super Bowl I, very first one. Held on this date in 1967. Of course, the Packers defeat the Chiefs 35-10. The AFL was under contract to NBC. The NFL, their television contract was with CBS, and so to figure out what to do, the game was both on CBS and on NBC. You had your choice. It was CBS technicians and CBS cameramen, but you could either watch the NBC play-by-play guy or the CBS play-by-play guy. Can you imagine that? Nobody really knew the history of it, and so the original broadcast tapes from both NBC and CBS are gone. They were erased to be reused. Los Angeles wasn't even awarded the game until a month before. Who wants the game? LA said, we'll take it. It was held at the Coliseum. The date of the game wasn't even announced until December 13th, a month before the game. And by the way, the very first Super Bowl at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, 33,000 tickets went unsold. If you lived in LA on Sunday, January 15th, 1967, you could just go to the Coliseum, walk up to the box office, and buy a ticket. You could have bought 30,000 tickets. It wasn't sold out, the first Super Bowl. Super Bowl XII was held on this date in New Orleans. On November 15th, 1978, the Cowboys defeat the Broncos. This was the first ever indoor Super Bowl. This was the first Super Bowl who kicked off in prime time on the East Coast. This was the first Super Bowl that featured two teams that had played each other in the regular season. On the last game of the regular season, the Cowboys defeated the Broncos. Then they met again a few weeks later in the Super Bowl. And for the first and only time, two defensive players won the Super Bowl MVP honors, Randy White and Harvey Martin. Cowboys beat the Broncos. I remember watching that game. And finally, birthdays. It doesn't happen very often. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and his birthday actually falls on this date, the third Monday in January. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., born in the state in 1929, assassinated in 1968 at the age of 39. I read some MLK Jr. over the weekend. Glad I did. Another heavenly birthday, Ronnie Van Zant, lead singer, primary songwriter, lyricist of Lynyrd Skynyrd, was well known because he performed in concert in bare feet. He, of course, perished along with half the band in the plane crash in 1977, but the music lives on. And Drew Brees is 45 years old today. Drew Brees is either first or second all-time in NFL history in career passing yards, career pass completions, highest career completion percentage, a whole bunch of others, won a Super Bowl MVP, and he still holds the record for most consecutive games with a touchdown pass. He is 45 years old today. Thank you to Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air, proud platinum sponsors of the NCW Life Channel. Still to come, a conversation with Allie Jordan from Elevated Marketing. She has helped bringing Gary McCord. The golf legend Gary McCord is coming to town next month. It's a fundraiser for the First Tee. You'll want to be involved in that. Allie will be joining me. But up next, a brand new opinion from Mike and Mad Dog McNaughty. You've never seen it because we've never aired it. You're watching a holiday edition of Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota compact and utility tractors. Rated #1 at durability and owner experience, they're built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota tractors for 0 down, 2.99% APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying snow attachments. See your local Kubota dealer today.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. no matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, my first real job was an usher in a movie theater, the Park Theater, Caldwell, New Jersey. Oh man, I loved that job. And I do love the movies. A good plot, strong characters, and cool special effects. Special effects, if they're believable, I love that stuff. But you know what's often better, just as good as a movie in its own way, is live theater. Watching real humans in real time play out lives and joys and tragedies, or a good comedy that just smacks your belly in the tummy so your tummy aches from laughing so much. And as for many of us, a good musical, well, that's not too schmaltzy, where you can just sit back and let the music wash over you. You know, I'm often surprised when I'm doing a show and talking about it by the number of people here locally who have never experienced good live theater. Are you one of them? Think about it. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome back to the program. It may be the dead of winter, but it doesn't mean you can't think about golf now and again. There are those indoor simulators that are out there to keep your golf swing in tune. You want to keep those muscle memory going. Or you just want to circle February 24th on your calendar. It's a big benefit for the First Tee organization here in North Central Washington. To talk more about that, it's our good friend from Elevated Marketing, Allie Jordan. Give it up. The crowd loves you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
How did your holiday go? How was your holidays? How did the big fat guy treat you this year?
Really well. I was good, so he was nice to me. Yeah, it was low key, but yeah, definitely got taken care of.
Allie Jordan was good this year.
I
Who'd
know.
have thought?
Exactly.
You got Gary McCord, or somebody did, from the First Tee organization. You're bringing in former PGA Tour player, won a couple of tournaments. Gary McCord, very well-known commentator, very well-known personality in the world of golf. He's coming to the big city.
He is.
Talk about this and how this whole thing came to be. This is big.
This is big. We're really excited. So yeah, like you said, circle February 24th. It's a Saturday. He'll be at the convention center. So he'll be there giving a program and stories and a Q&A. So that's going to be really exciting. We're excited to see. Hopefully we'll get some behind the scenes stories from when he was playing and see what he has to say. And then there will be a plated dinner. There will be games. You'll be able to do a putting contest against him and see how you stack up to him. And really,
he's a very good putter. He led the PGA in putting statistics, I think, one year. He was like the best putter on the tour. He's good.
Well, we'll see if he still has it.
Okay.
So bring your A game. But yeah, we'll have a putting contest with him. Like I said, a short program from First Tee, and kind of talk about what they do as an organization for youth golf in the Wenatchee Valley, and then raise the putter so that we can help kickstart a capital campaign here so that they can hopefully get their own land and have a long-term lease and have their own par 3 course here in town.
The quick little kind of a recap. I've been helping the First Tee out with promotional work here for a few years with our mutual friend Lynn and other people as well. The local chapter is actually based out in Yakima, but they have a sub-chapter of the Yakima chapter here in the Wenatchee Valley. And the idea is to get kids of all ages, all backgrounds, all social economic situations, and get them playing golf, get them out there to enjoy golf because it's a fun thing to do. Get the kids playing golf. But First Tee here in the North Central Washington area, you don't have your own piece of land like they do down in Yakima. They have a piece of property that they own, and they built a little mini golf course so they can come and go as they please. You always have to work with the local golf courses here, who have been really good to work with the First Tee, the Three Lakes and Hot Adder and all those. But they also have a business to run, and it would be a lot better if First Tee just had a place to call home.
Yes, it would be great for them to have a place to call home because, like you said, these organizations, Three Lakes and Rock Island and Highlander, have been so gracious. But they do have members that they want to accommodate as well, and people who want to come in and play. So this kickstart to this capital campaign will hopefully give us the opportunity to find that piece of land and find that partner so that we can have a long-term space where we're not disrupting other people, and we can give access to, like you said, any kid up to the age of 18 access to the game of golf. And they're really big on mentorship as well. So offering mentorship and giving them life skills and also giving them access to a game that you can play for life, because it's easy on the joints, easier on the joints than a lot of other sports. So yeah, we just really want to be able to keep that going here in town.
And it's a sport you play for your entire life. From the time you pick up, I started playing golf when I was like 10.
Yeah.
And I'm almost 40.
And look at you,
But you could play golf for your entire life. I mean, all of it, all the way through, and you can enjoy it.
Yes, and they currently have a waiting list, and
That's
they have.
Good.
It is. It's good and it's bad, right? So it's great that there's the need, but now we need the community support and the community funding and the access to more space so that we can accommodate those kids. And organizations like the YMCA and their executive director, Dory, they would love to partner with First Tee and have some of their summer programs or their teen programs be able to participate in First Tee. But right now we just don't have the space, the capacity at all. So it'd be great to be able to, get the word out, raise some funds, get our own space, and help all these kids out.
And again, the golf courses have been really, really good to work with, but they're a business.
Yeah.
You know, and they have to give up tee times and real estate, and with Robbie and all the other people who've been helping out the kids, they still have to do other stuff as well.
Yeah, they've been great. So it's nothing against them. Like, we love the support that they've given, but we have to be aware and accommodating to them as well. So finding a space of our own would be ideal.
And First Tee, they don't turn anybody away. I mean, people go, I'd love to have Billy play golf. I think he'd be good at it. I think he'd enjoy it, make new friends, learn a lot about yourself. I can't afford golf clubs. I can't afford greens fees. I can't afford golf balls. It's an expensive sport. That's part of the thing that First Tee, they don't care.
It is an expensive sport, and they don't care. There are scholarships for all kinds of things outside of just the lessons that we provide here. There are kids on the national level, because First Tee is a national organization, where they've sent kids to Pebble Beach to play with professionals for 3 days through scholarships and through qualifying. But yeah, all of the equipment is provided. The instructors, the facility, like we've discussed, Three Lakes or Highlander. So the courses are there for the kids, and then all of the equipment, your drivers, your putters, all of your golf clubs. So yeah, no kid, you don't need to bring anything. You just need to show up and be ready to learn and have fun.
Yeah, and have fun. That's the key. And there's nothing that's more enjoyable to see a little kid, a 7 or 8 year old kid, hit his first drive, and he hits the ball right on the screws, and it flies 200 yards, and they just light up.
Light up, and they're just so excited.
And they go,
Nothing
from this
like
point
it.
forward, I'm golfing.
Yes, yeah.
So once again, Allie Jordan from Elevated Marketing. Crowd loves you. Huge crowd here.
Oh,
one more time to recap. Gary McCord, golf professional. Hopefully he'll tell the story of what happened at the 1984 St. Jude Classic in Memphis, Tennessee on national television. He was lining up his putt on the 15th hole. And you know how golfers line up your putt, you squat down.
Read the line, got to read the line.
And he was reading the line at the 15th hole at the 1984 St. Jude Memphis Classic to benefit the St. Jude Children's Hospital, and Danny Thomas, and his pants split on national television.
Well, we'll make sure to put that in the questions during the Q&A. And
I think he starts out.
Embarrass him a little.
Gary McCord is coming to town, folks, again, February 28th. Tickets. Give me tickets. How do I get tickets?
Yes, so Saturday, February 24th at the Wenatchee Convention Center, and you can find tickets at elevatedme.net.
Elevatedme.net, elevatedme.net, elevatedme.net. Gary McCord will talk. You can putt against Gary McCord. No host bar, food, program. You're going to get your money's worth.
Yes, you definitely will get your money's worth. This is one you don't want to miss.
And when you get a bunch of golf junkies together, there's probably going to be a story or two to be told. Some of them even true. Allie, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Have yourself a great day.
Thanks, you too.
And we will be right back.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager here, and this beautiful girl is Faye. Faye is our 8-month-old shepherd mix, black shepherd mix, and she's been with us for far too long, so we really wanted to introduce you. Faye came to us as a stray, and she was really, really skinny, so we've been trying to put some weight on her, but we just love her so much. Yes, she's such a good girl. Faye loves to play fetch. It's her favorite game, and she'll even drop the ball for you to pick it up sometimes. She's really smart. She knows sit. She's one of the rare dogs who you can tell to stay, and she actually will. Yes, you're very good at that. She loves going on walks, and she's really good at listening. She's always watching us, and she just wants to please. She wants to do whatever you want her to do. We have the benefit of a little more information about her because we had an amazing volunteer take her for the weekend for a little getaway, and so she got to have a little home for a bit. And this amazing person let us know that Faye is housebroken, which is great because we can only tell so much from their kennel here, and it's not a real home, so we never are really sure. But she is. We still don't know how she would do with cats because they didn't have a cat, and you know, with strays we never know. But we do know that she's great with other dogs. She's maybe a little shy of them at first, but she gets along great with them. And it's so hard having her here because she's so young. She's only about 8 months old, and she needs a real home. So if you would like to come meet Faye, we are open 11 to 6, Thursday through Tuesday, and she would love if you threw the ball for her or play with the stuffed animals. Yeah, just come spend some time and get to know her.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
And we are back on this frigid Monday morning. It is now -2 in the Wenatchee Valley. If you're just joining us, we set 4 consecutive days with record low temperatures. Started on Friday, got all the way down to -7 on Friday. That broke the old record of -2 set back in 2017. Saturday's low was -10. The record low on Saturday, -1. And our high temperature on Saturday was -1. Our high temperature on Saturday would have tied our record low. That's how cold it was on Saturday. Yesterday, we got all the way down to -4, shattered the old record of 1 degree set back in 1971, and we've already set a record today. Our record low temperature on this day, January 15th, 3 degrees, set back in 1997. As I just mentioned, it's -2. Right now in downtown Wenatchee. And we're not done yet, folks. First things first, more snow coming our way tomorrow afternoon, overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. We're going to get, I think, about a couple of inches of snow. Could get up to 4 inches of snow. It's really going to get hammered in the mountains and in the Spokane area. They have a winter storm warning going on. That doesn't affect us, but we are going to get some snow on top of the ice-covered streets Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then a series of mixed precipitation is a distinct possibility by the weekend. How about some freezing precip? You want that? I don't. But it is a possibility. We could see some freezing rain, freezing precipitation, and snow. It's all out there. It's all a possibility. Best chance of freezing precipitation, at least for the Wenatchee Valley, is going to be Friday night into Saturday. We could get a little bit of everything, but the snow level is going to start going up and up. The temperatures are going to gradually warm up little by little. In fact, we hit 7 degrees for our afternoon high on Sunday. We'll be twice that today. From the National Weather Service for this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, 14 Our forecast high with lots of sunshine. 7 for the overnight low tonight. The clouds start rolling in on Tuesday by late Tuesday afternoon, just in time for your afternoon commute. We could see some light snow on Tuesday night, an inch, and then spilling into Wednesday, another couple of inches. 2, 3, maybe even 4 inches of snow for the Wenatchee Valley anyway is possible on Tuesday night into Wednesday with a heavy snow in the mountain passes. We gradually warm up, but we could see some freezing rain on Friday and Saturday. That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life that feels good, because that's what we all ultimately want. We want to feel good. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson. Today on the show, we are visiting with local entrepreneur and all-around cool guy that I've had the privilege of getting to know over this past year, Matthew Lambright. Now, here's a guy who has gone deep into the entrepreneur's journey.